Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Final Score. I'm your host, Nicholas Marcino. I am very pleased to announce that we are no longer just going to be doing the Final Score weekly NFL predictions on YouTube. We are now going to be doing it on numerous other websites for podcasting. So I'm very grateful to just get this product out to everybody. In which case, there's probably going to be a lot of new listeners. And let me just briefly introduce everybody. We have Chris, he's a Dolphins fan. Tanner is a Patriots fan. We have DJ, who is a Raiders fan. And then my little brother, who is also a Vikings fan. And I assembled these guys because we all had a common passion, and that was the NFL. And I told them in week one, it was a surprise, that if they won the weekly pick'ems, whoever has the highest overall record at the end of the season, including the Super Bowl, the winner will win a free jersey of their choosing out of my pocket. So hopefully I will win. But let's look at the rankings right now. So still in first place is Chris with an overall record of 76-43. Tanner and I are actually tied for second at 75-44. So there's just one game difference between first place and third place. DJ is in fourth place with 73-46, and Ben is in last place with 69-50. However, Ben has been doing very well in the recent weeks, climbing the ladder. So anything can happen. There's still half a season left to go. So how does that make you guys feel?
I'm nervous.
Very nervous.
I'm excited, but hey, bro, congrats to Ben for hitting 69 first, bro.
Yeah, 69, yeah.
Hey, we got a round of applause for Ben and battling, man. This is his historic comeback. You know, people have written tales of heroic stories of comebacks, but Ben's is second to none, I gotta say, because there was a lot of sleepers that just didn't pull it off, and here he is now laughing at everyone.
Yes.
Well, we're going to see if Ben can keep up the hot streak, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. There are four teams on buys this week. It is the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Los Angeles Rams. So starting off our Thursday matchup, it is the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. And DJ, I want you to go ahead and tell us all about this matchup.
All right. I got you on this one, my man. So we got the Packers at San Francisco 49ers. Listen, the Packers, they have had a couple bumps in the road, to say the least. Aaron Rodgers starting off super hot, wheeling and dealing, throwing touchdown passes left and right, and even in the first couple of those games without his main number one guy, Devontae Adams, and then, just out of nowhere, just hits a brick wall, can't find his targets. The defense of the Packers are struggling tremendously, and Aaron Jones goes down with the shuffling to find which running back is going to perform the best after their number one guy goes down. So with that, it is really hard to say if they are either going to go over the tipping point from losing after these two losses or become that same dominant offense that they were in the very beginning of the season. Now, mind you, on the other side for the 49ers, they're no slouches either. However, they had two major injuries, with one being Jimmy Garoppolo and also the other with George Kittle. Basically the guy leading the orchestra, the quarterback, your main dude to carry the team, goes down. And then also the rhythm man, the guy slapping the bass through the whole deal, George Kittle, carrying the offense and that powerhouse with a lot of running game going on. He goes down. A lot of shakiness in this matchup. For me, I got to go with the Packers. Going to try to rise up and turn things around and be who they were in the beginning of the season.
Okay. So DJ is picking the Green Bay Packers. Now that we're doing it where I can see everybody, I don't have a specific order to go through. So, Ben, how about your pick?
Yeah, as we all know, the Packers suck and they're only fake good. But with that said, with Jimmy G out and Kittle out, I've got to give it to the Packers. I mean, they suck balls. They're hella bad. But give me the Packers for this week.
Okay. Ben's taking the Packers.
I'm sorry to cut off on this one. The one time that Ben goes against his Vikings and they pull it off, man. But I'm still with you with the Packers statement.
I was happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong.
I love it. All right, Chris, how about your pick?
Oh, okay. So I asked 3 specific people who I should pick. All 3 of them said the Packers. And one, mind you, said that there are 4 people out with COVID on the 49ers. So that's why I'm picking the Packers this week.
You had me going there. I thought that was going differently.
Try to keep you on your toes, man.
Tanner, your pick.
Listen, let me lay it out like this, bro. You have the 49ers. They've had a good run, but sometimes, bro, you got to get beat up. They got beat up by Seattle last week, and they're going to get beat up this week, bro. They got to go back to their place, so I'm going Packers.
You're going Packers. I'm going Packers. I think I forgot to mention that the Packers are 5-2, 49ers are 4-4. But yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle being out, that's a huge game changer in my opinion. So Packers. Okay. Now that that's settled, we can go ahead and jump into the Sunday matchups. So the first game on our radar is going to be the 1-6 Houston Texans going to Jacksonville to take on the 1-6 Jaguars. Ben, you're going to break this one down for us.
All right. These are 2 1-6 teams, both coming off of byes, and this is not going to be a good game to watch. They're both playing absolutely poorly. The Texans have played a little bit better since getting rid of Bill O'Brien. Coincidence? No, he was a terrible coach. Jaguars, ever since the first week, we all thought that they were good after that first week, and they have just proved to us that we were absolutely wrong. They are not good. I think this week I'm going to have to go Texans. They've just been playing better ball. Will Fuller still resides with the team. He almost went to the Packers. That was a move that they should have completed by the trade deadline. I'm surprised they didn't. Give me the Texans this week over the Jaguars.
Okay, so Ben is taking the Houston Texans. Chris, your pick.
Well, you see, what we got here is a dumpster fire versus dumpster fire. Both teams suck. They're both trash right now. But I'm going to take the Texans just because I like J.J. Watt. I feel like Minshew is kind of getting a little bit roughed up.
Minshew's out, by the way.
Huh?
Mike Glennon is going to be starting for the Jaguars.
Mike Lennon, the Beatle?
That's John Lennon. I can't even find my goddamn oh, there it is, finally. There we go. But yeah, I don't know. I looking at my notes and stuff, the O-line is kind of lacking. They got Minshew sacked 5 times last week. 5 times. Now, granted, or not last week, but the week before, but it was with the Chargers. Like, who gives up 5 sacks to the Chargers? Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. Tanner, your pick.
So, kind of to piggyback off what you said is like, you got a quarterback QB coming in. That's not looking good, bro. We know how backup QB's going. We've had a backup QB this entire season. It's not going well for us, 2-5. But so that's why I say I'm going to pick the Texans.
Okay. For me, the deciding factor in this game is who needs a top prospect more. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Houston Texans. And so the Jacksonville Jaguars want their franchise QB. They can't do that if they get 2 wins. So give me the Houston Texans. DJ.
Did you say Mike Glennon? Glennon starting?
Yeah?
Yeah, that guy couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Texans.
Perfect.
Lenin from Russia?
It's Soviet Russia. Football plays you.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to go ahead and march into the next matchup. This game should be interesting. It is the 1-7 New York Giants going to Washington to take on the 2-5 the football team, the Washington football team. Chris, break it down.
Man, why do you got to keep doing this to me? Every week I got an NFC East team matchup. Okay, so we got dumpster fire versus dumpster fire. Yeah, I'm going to skip that spiel. I had my friend Mikey, shout out to my boy Mikey,
What's up, Mikey?
tell me to – huh?
Mikey.
Yeah, what's up, Mikey?
What's up, Mikey? He told me to trust Terry McLaurin, whoever that is. And he said to go with the Washington football team. So that's what I'm going to do this week. I trust my boy Mikey. He's never once wronged me, even if it was his own team. So I'm going with the football team.
Okay, fair enough. Tanner, your pick.
So as I'm looking at it, kind of this game, you have 1-7. You have 1-7 for the Giants, and you have the Washington football team at 2-7. I'm not sorry, 2-7. That's future games. 2-5. But anyways, looking down at this game and kind of just talking to my friends, like the same thing I did with Chris. I was like, I'm not too interested in this game, but I might have an outside influence. I haven't watched a whole lot of. I have this week due to blank reasons. I haven't been paying attention to football so much, but I'm going to go with Washington football team. I had a picture, but I'm afraid to use my pictures because I know I'm going to get DDoSed again. So I think if I use them sparingly, I'll still be able to do this podcast this Zoom call in one piece.
Hey, it's okay. It's now a podcast / Zoom call / YouTube channel. Just a whole bunch of slashes, just trying to get everything out there. But for my pick, Washington threw the game last time they played the Giants, and I don't know if you guys saw, but the Giants almost beat Brady and the Buccaneers. I'm going New York. DJ.
Yeah, I gotta follow suit on that one, Nick. I am not a huge Giants fan, but I do believe in Daniel Jones progressing. So I'm just pulling for the kid. So Giants for me.
Okay, and Ben.
Look, the Giants, they're on a get right game this week. They played Tampa on prime time. What was it, last Sunday? And they got Monday. And they got screwed by the refs on that 2-point conversion. They want it. Danny Dime wants it. And I think they're going to be playing hard. I'm going Giants this week.
Okay. All right. But Terry McLaurin, like your buddy was saying, great wide receiver for the football team. One of the brighter spots. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next matchup. It is the 5-2 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 5-2 Indianapolis Colts. This is a heavyweight matchup if I've seen one. And Tanner, you're going to be the one to break it down for us.
All right, so I had to go to my legal counsel for this one because I was very, very uncertain about it. But kind of the advice that was given to me by the counsel and kind of everything. Let me break it down like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my pick on the screen first, and I'm gonna rationalize why I picked this pick, and maybe I can influence you too. So I'm going with the Colts, and let me tell you why I'm going with the Colts over the brutal Ravens. Let me say it like this. Lamar Jackson has been off of his game, bro. He threw 2 interceptions last week, went 13 for 28 for throws, and only put up 208 yards last week. It's not looking good for him. And that's the offensive part. But you got to look at the defensive part. The Colts are number 1 in turnovers and defensive touchdowns, and the Ravens' defense has been very underwhelming. So that's why I'm going with the Colts.
Okay.
And Lamar, I guess, to reiterate, he's been very inconsistent. I think we can all agree with that.
It's an interesting pick. So it's a tough matchup because of how the Ravens did against the Steelers, but they almost came back in that game to win it. So I'm going to say we're going to see the peed off Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens are going to beat the Colts. DJ?
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Tanner is saying. I really do, because Ravens have not been the dominant force that we saw last season. The only counter I have to that is that they were playing the 7-0 or 6-0 at the time Steelers with a very tough defense, and no one's getting it done against them. So I think this is a big bounce back game to show who the Ravens really are against the Colts. So I'm going Ravens.
DJ, I don't know what it is right now, but you and me, we are on a link, buddy.
I know. It is nice when our picks are parallel right now. We're just on the same plane right now.
Yeah. Ben, give us your pick.
Yeah, you got to also give me the Ravens. Tanner makes a lot of good points, but I'm not listening to any of them. Give me the Ravens.
Chris.
Look, I know you said Lamar Jackson's pissed, but the real one that's pissed off is Edgar Allan Poe. For anybody who watched or, for the new viewers or listeners, last week I said the Ravens were going to bring Edgar Allan Poe back to life, South Park style, and, they didn't get it done. So Edgar Allan Poe is pissed. So he's going to whip them Ravens into shape. He'll be like, hey, let me smoke this freaking cigar or cigarette and go kick some ass.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to be careful. Edgar Allan Poe might bury your heart underneath the floorboards.
Oh, that's okay.
Ravens got zombies on their team?
Yeah, they got zombies. It's more like a
corncob pipe too,
Yeah,
I don't know if they did cigars back then.
Hey, just a reminder, I was the only one to pick the Steelers against the Ravens, and I'm pretty sure you guys called me silly. And right now, Tanner is the only one who picked the Colts.
You guys
God
are all
damn it.
silly.
Can
You
I
guys are all silly.
It
I like it.
was nice being in first place.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on to our next matchup, it's the 3-5 Carolina Panthers taking on the 7-1 defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. DJ, you're going to break this one down for us.
All right, guys. This one is an interesting one for me because a lot is telling me that the Chiefs are back. They're on fire. Mahomes is back to his true form and the whole deal, and being a Raiders fan, I don't even like thinking that way, but you've seen what's happened in the past two games. However, the past two games have been an absolute slap fest of a team of opponents that they've been playing. So I'm not 100% sold on how dominant they have been. Mind you that my Raiders took them down, the 2 games or
That's the
3 games.
1-7-1.
Yeah, exactly. And so then, and then you have the Panthers, who I think might be having the old run CMC back with them in week 9. I'm not sure exactly. I didn't do my homework on that, but I know there has been a little bit of buzz on that. And that could be a defining factor for the Panthers really trying to prove it. If it was the spread, I'd be taking the Panthers to cover. But because we're doing pick'ems, I'm going the Chiefs on this one, boys. As much as I don't like doing it, I just think that the Chiefs have a better chance at home at Arrowhead over the Panthers with a questionable CMC coming back into the picture. So I'm going Chiefs.
I'm just going to say this right now. I just looked it up. It says Christian McCaffrey was full practice participant on Wednesday, so that's a good sign that he might actually be back. Does that change your opinion at all?
You know, like I said, if we were doing spreads, I would take the Panthers to cover, but I don't take them to beating the Chiefs, riding in high spirits at Arrowhead. So I'm sticking with the Chiefs, my man, and I appreciate you double checking on me on that one. But yeah, I just think that they're gonna squeeze it out.
Okay. All right, Ben, how about your pick?
Look, I'd only pick the Chiefs to win over about 31 other teams. And unfortunately, the Panthers are one of those teams. So I'm giving it to the Chiefs this week.
Jeez, man. Okay. Chris, your pick.
You know what? Chiefs.
Okay.
You know, the only reason is because the Panthers lost to the Falcons, and I'm pissed off at them because I chose them to win. So this is my way of saying, you know, let's go screw yourself.
Yep. Tanner.
Hey, look, all I gotta say is, man, is why would you vote for the Panthers, bro?
You know, a couple of
So
weeks
easy.
ago. Oh, sorry, DJ. Go ahead.
No, I was saying just so easily put. He's right.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I was like, we got to start giving Teddy Bridgewater and the Panthers some credit. But whenever you can't even beat the Atlanta Falcons, who continuously beat themselves, how are you going to do that against the Super Bowl champions? So Kansas City, unfortunately, because like DJ said, I want Kansas City to fall to the Raiders as well. But we'll see what happens. Still half the season to go, and we're going to move on because we still have more than half of the games left. Next up is the 5-3 Chicago Bears going to Tennessee to take on the 5-2 Titans. And Chris, you're going to talk about this one, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much for letting me talk about this. So the bad news Bears just barely lost to the Saints last week.
Nah, they got their butts handed to them.
In overtime.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So they got Nick Foles sacked 5 times. And did you guys know that the Bears have given up 20 sacks on the season? Not so good on their O-line. And then if you look at last week for the Titans, they lost to the Bengals, which is very disappointing because they were doing pretty well. But Tannehill, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They got him sacked once. I don't know why, but I'm going with the Titans. I know they are the favorite to win this week. Just like the Bears, just I don't know. They haven't been playing like the 85 Bears.
Okay. Tanner.
Kind of to play off what he said. I mean, man, we got to stop looking at the past. We got to start looking to the future, and the future coming up right now is the Titans. 85 Bears ain't coming back.
So is Titans your pick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Titans are also my pick, just because the Bears aren't that good, and the Titans got embarrassed last week, and so I think this is going to be their get-right game. DJ.
You know, I really want to go with you guys on the Titans, but
Oh no.
we all need our own upset game, and this is my upset game. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. I gotta do it. We're doing it.
Okay. All right. I'm with it. You would never doubt Nick Foles. Ben.
Nick Foles is more like it. Give me the Titans.
I love it. Just short and sweet. Let's go ahead and move on to our next matchup. It is the 3-4 Detroit Lions flying to Minnesota to take on the 2-5 Vikings. And Ben, you're going to be talking about this matchup.
Everybody, I'd like to call a toast to the comeback of the Vikings right now. Let us all sip.
All right, I'll cheers to
I'll
that.
drink to that one.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Tanner.
So the Vikings just clapped those bitch ass Packers, as we all know. We all saw it. Cook waxed those fools. And look, the Vikings, they have a chance to go 11-5. Okay, I don't want to knock on wood. Well, I do want to knock on wood. But they're playing the Lions twice, the Bears twice. They got Jaguars on the schedule. They got Cowboys on the schedule. They're about to play hard as hell, man. They're going up against the Lions. Come on now. Matthew Stafford, he's a maybe. He's a maybe for this game. He's on the COVID protocol, but he has 5 days to test positive or develop symptoms, or he can play Sunday because his 5 days are up on Saturday. So he's not practicing, but he is flying to Minnesota. We'll see if he plays or not. I'm taking the Vikings. They want to win. They're playing better. Cameron Dantzler, one of their rookie corners, had a scary neck injury during the game, but the corners are playing terribly anyways. Are they really going to miss him? I don't know. Give me the Vikings to win this one.
Okay, I love it. And thank you, everybody, for participating.
Get well, Dantzler.
What?
Get well, Cameron Dantzler. Neck injury.
Yeah, hate for that to happen. Chris, how about your pick?
Okay, I was told today at about 4 o'clock that Matthew Stafford was going to be on the COVID protocol list, but he is a maybe, like Ben said. But with that being said, I'm still not going to pick the Lions. I'm going Minnesota with Ben. They looked really good against the Green Bay Packers. You know, last week I said Green Bay Packers were going to wax them like a hairy kitty cat. But I think the Vikings are going to wax the Lions this time, and they're going to be bald-ass Lions this time.
Okay. Tanner.
So I know I've said this a few times in the program that the Vikings have that special kind of like magic feeling around them. I don't know if it's to do with purple and magicians always wear purple, but here's the thing. I'm not feeling the magic this week, bro. I'm really not. And my upset, well, we'll just say for this one, I'm going to go with the Lions.
Oh, okay. So
that's a bold prediction.
I'm not going to be bold. I'm going to be basic. I'm going Minnesota. DJ.
Gotta be basic. Jesus Christ.
I'm so basic. I'm going to go get a pumpkin spice frappuccino later.
That actually sounds
You
delicious.
said that to me earlier.
Caramel macchiato.
That actually sounds delicious. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I'm gonna stick to my IPA. You know, I'm a diehard football fan. I love smash mouth football, and when you got a solid running game and a guy like Dalvin Cook, there's no going wrong. And because we share the same number from my heyday back in the day, can't see that, but that's me playing ball with the number 33. I'm going the Minnesota Vikings. Didn't work out as well as I wanted it to, but hey, man, me and Dalvin Cook, we share something.
Hey, I know it's not exactly the same, but whenever I played flag football in middle school, my number was 32.
Nice. I like that. 32. See, you know, anyone who's 33, they got my respect right there. And Dalvin Cook is the leader of the Vikings. I'm going Vikings all day. I love it.
Love it. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and mosey on over into this next matchup. It is the 6-1 Seattle Seahawks going to Buffalo to take on the 6-2 Bills. And I will be the one breaking down this matchup. So let me just go ahead and do this really quick. So the Seattle Seahawks, they lost to the Arizona Cardinals in overtime. And then they bounced back immediately with a big game against the San Francisco 49ers, where ultimately Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle got injured. Those didn't matter because it was all Seahawks from the get-go. Russell Wilson's looking great. I heard a rumor, or I heard something today where they're projected to get the most yards in a single season, which is just insane to me. But I don't doubt it because Russell Wilson, he's just on fire. On the other side of the ball is the Buffalo Bills, who have not been playing well. Just poor play. And it's such a weird turnaround from the start of the season where they were just dominating games. And, then they lost a couple of really ugly games. And I'm not even fully convinced they truly won against the Patriots. Obviously, they did beat the Patriots, but Cam Newton fumbled the ball at the last second whenever they could have kicked the field goal and tied up the game. Anything could have happened. And so the Bills don't look like the Bills of earlier in the season. But the Seahawks, they're still looking good. So for this pick, I'm going to have to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I can't find my picture, and so that's why it's taking me a while. Okay. DJ, your pick.
I read an article that Russell Wilson spends $1 million on trainers and personal chefs to keep his body at top physical, peak. And, a guy that's that dedicated to keep his body in shape to win games, I think that goes a lot for his type of play and level of play that he's been having and his commitment to the team. So I'm going Seahawks. And then also because you got a guy like this who can chase down Buda Baker on a pick like that, that's going to be the Bills running away from not from DK, but just from the Seahawks in general. So I'm going Seahawks all day.
Okay. Ben.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks. I trust them more over the Bills.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going Seahawks as well. Allen just no passing touchdowns, and he went in for one. But, man, they just look like hot garbage lately.
All right. Tanner?
Look, you got to give it to the Seahawks, bro. Oh, no. It's happening again. Seahawks, keep going. Keep going.
Oh, no. Okay. So Tanner's frozen. And unfortunately, he's going to be talking about the next matchup. So,
Keep going.
Okay. Are you good to talk about the next matchup, or should we just skip the game? I'm going to make an executive decision, and we're going to skip the game. Oh,
there
never
he's
mind.
back. He's
But
back.
wait.
Okay.
So I said Seahawks. See what happened? I tried changing my background. They tried booting me off the air. So it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't like it. But anyways, let's get into this next pick between Broncos and Falcons, all right?
Oh.
We'll keep the show. The show must keep going. Are we there yet?
Yeah, let me just introduce it. So moving on to the next matchup, it is the 3-4 Denver Broncos taking on the 2-6 Atlanta Falcons. Please, Tanner.
All right, so Vegas has got the Falcons to win it. Falcons beat the Panthers 25-17, not very surprising. The Broncos barely beat the Chargers 31-30. And Justin Herbert, wasn't super on that game, but, again, it was a very close game. But Drew Lock threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. And a little quote from Nick, earlier, he said that the Falcons beat themselves, right? The Falcons do beat themselves. And when you have a team that's, kind of okay, like the Broncos, I think they're going to be able to go and beat up the Falcons. So I'm going to pick the Broncos. I'm going to go against Vegas this week because honestly, I think the Falcons are booty. So I'm going with Broncos.
Okay. I believe Chris is after Tanner. No, I'm after Tanner. The whole layout changed whenever Tanner reconnected, so it's back to me. Tanner, how dare you say that about the Falcons? It's 100% true, and I completely agree with you. I'm picking the Denver Broncos. Okay, DJ.
You know, Falcons and Broncos. It's really hard to tell because both these teams have had just up and down starts of the season. I went against them last week. I don't think I can do it this week. I'm going Falcons.
Oh, okay. Ben.
I'm also going Falcons. I think they're a better team. Like, they do shoot themselves in the foot, but, sometimes, like their passing game, they'll miss and they won't shoot themselves in the foot. So I'm going Falcons.
Okay. Chris.
Like the majority, well, it's tied right now, but I'm going to break the majority and go Broncos too. I liked what Drew Lock was bringing. It looked clean. He was kind of shaky in the first half, but, man, he was just throwing lasers, threading the needle, like, so well the last half. So I'm going to give it to the Broncos this week.
Okay.
I like he's been competing. I like that, Chris.
He's supposed to be a stud, and I think we're slowly starting to see it. He faced some bad opponents or tough opponents early on, so we'll have to keep watching him develop. But moving on to the next matchup, it is an AFC West heavyweight matchup. Well, it should be a AFC West heavy matchup. It's the 4-3 Las Vegas Raiders coming to LA to take on the 2-5 Chargers. And DJ, you're going to break it down for us.
Heck yeah! Thank you so much, Nick. And I can't tell you enough how stoked I am for this game. Just because every year, no matter what the record is, no matter what time of the season it is, there is always a absolute just battle. 12 rounds. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier between the Raiders and the Chargers. Right now, the Chargers are just, lighting teams up with this rookie quarterback, Herbert, and he's just been showing, such maturity for just a short period of time of coming in here and throwing the long balls, and people are making comparisons to some big-time elite quarterbacks, and the team seems to be responding. However, the Chargers just haven't been able to lock it in for the fourth quarter, and that's a big time to where you have to prove yourself to be worthy to finish off games. So that's a big concern for them. But going against the Raiders, knowing that this is a big rivalry game, it might be different. And I honestly can say that I am rather scared, of the Chargers because of how deep this rivalry goes. And the veterans on the Chargers, they know. The veterans on the Raiders, they know. It's Raiders-Chargers week. So this is big. What I got to say is, on the other side with my Raiders, I've been seeing Derek Carr really play at a potential that we have not seen since his MVP candidate season, back in 2014, I think it was, or 15 it was.
16.
It was 16, yeah, when we went.
Where he got injured.
Yeah, when he broke his leg. I mean, God, that was a terrible thing, just for his momentum moving forward on that. But, he's been playing really well. And honestly, when guys get knocked down, when you have injuries occur, sometimes teams can fold. And the young guys that have filled in the slots for some of our players that have went down due to COVID, went down due to injury, they stepped up, they fought hard, and they proved themselves worthy. So when you have guys playing their heart outs, not only starters, but second-string guys too, this is going to be, an absolute just, bloodbath, fighting with grit. And I can't wait to watch it. I think it's going to be really fun, whether or not it's my team going. But because I said all that, and I do it every week in our alternate universe, like you have created for us with the teams that we predict that would win, I have my Raiders at 7-0. So I'm in my alternate universe going to make them 8-0. And I can't wait for the game. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Ben, your pick.
So I have the Raiders circled on my sheet. And then DJ went on that whole inspiring rant about how good the Chargers are playing with Justin Herbert, and I crossed off the Raiders and circled the Chargers. And then I kind of zoned out during the Raiders part because I was thinking about a joke for later. But I'm going with the Chargers to win this one because DJ sold me on it and couldn't circle me back.
Okay. All right. We already have an argument. Jeez. Chris.
Oh, no one's trying to start an argument here.
No. We already have a difference.
It is
Accusation.
hurtful, man. It is hurtful. You and I were running parallel in multiple weeks, so I am.
know. Hey, is that modern times? That's cool.
Yeah.
You guys need to meet in person and hug it out.
I'm too down.
Hey,
I
6
bet
feet
it
apart,
smells
bro.
lovely.
6 feet.
Hug 6 feet apart.
We'll use brooms as arms.
Chris, give me your prediction.
Okay, so this was Justin Herbert last week against the Broncos. However, this is going to be Justin Herbert after being beat by the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders this week.
Yeah, I like it. Show us that picture one more time. I think you were zoned out. Show us the picture one more time.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, there you go.
For those listening on the podcast, he's showing a picture of Herbert the pervert from Family Guy giving the camera a big old double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I have to explain jokes now.
He's going to be horny on the field, yo.
Got some popsicles down in the cellar.
Oh, boy.
You could be like that one Chargers guy. If you guys remember, he was never a football player, but he was on the sidelines. He was like a guard. If you guys remember that news story a couple of years ago. I'm not going to get into it, but I'll just leave it at that. He was a security guard.
Okay. You'll leave it at that. And, Tanner, it's also your pick, so give us your pick.
Oh, prime time. All right, listen. Let me break it down here. I had to go back to my legal counsel for this one because, like DJ said, bro, this is the biggest rivalry there ever is. It's like Bloods and Crips. It goes all the way back in the day. Like, this is very, 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 very important. Okay? This game, all eyes are on this game. A lot of families, money's on the line. I might even throw my own money on this game. But, however, I was advised to pick the Raiders. The Chargers have been playing very, very, very well. But I'm still going to go with the Raiders. Just because they got to ride in that hot bus for 5 hours across the desert. They're going to be heated. They want to go and get the game over with. I know they ain't flying this game. They're going to save some money and drive because it's close enough. So let's go Raider Nation.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, Tanner. That is what I'm talking about. That's the support that I needed right there.
DJ, let me offer you some support as well because last week I went against your Raiders. And I chose the Cleveland Browns for some unknown reason.
Who was the dick that picked the Lions over the Vikings? Was that DJ?
I would have to go back and look at the lineup. I think
hey, that was before that Tanner made the suggestion that if a Viking could kill a lion. Okay, I didn't have that information back.
Anyways, so I'm going to pick the Raiders, not just because I think they're the better team overall, but the Chargers are a young team, and what they've proved to me is they don't know how to win. They can get the lead, but they don't know how to maintain it. They don't know how to win. So give me the Las Vegas Raiders to, it might even be a comeback win. But we're going to move on to the next matchup. It's the Miami Dolphins, the 4-3 Miami Dolphins, taking on the 5-2 Arizona Cardinals. And Chris, you're going to talk to us about this game.
Ooh, I love my Dolphins especially when they beat the Rams with pure defensive power. And I wish I could see more of Tua. He only went 12 for 22 with 93 yards with a sack. I really wish I could go with the Dolphins this time. I was legally advised not to choose the Dolphins this week because unlike the Rams, the Cardinals are a lot better than the Rams. And you know what? The dry rub is here. The dry rub is here. It's going to stay in Arizona. It's got that dry air. I know it's starting to get to wintertime almost, but it's still dry as hell in Arizona. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Okay. Just so people on the podcast will know, he put up a picture of dry rub that you would put on your delicious steak. Awesome. Tanner.
Putting the dry rub on the meat, man.
Oh.
All right, so looking at this, going back to my pick, almost forgot my pick. But how could you forget when you talk about this game? You got the Cardinals versus the Dolphins. Dolphins have been a little bit surprising, but it's not surprising enough for me that the Cardinals are going to end up and beat the Dolphins. So give me the Cardinals.
Okay. And for my pick, I kind of want to pick the Dolphins. I really do. But Tua just wasn't good. Like 12 for 22, not fantastic. That's almost 50%, and only 93 yards and a sack. And he got really lucky that the defense balled out. So give me the Cardinals. DJ.
Yeah, I loved the Dolphins against the Rams last week. I don't know if I feel the same way with the Dolphins against the Cardinals, and mainly because just no one has been able to prove to me that they can contain Kyler Murray. And not trying to talk smack on the Dolphins because, hey, Chris, my boy, I got the Dolphins back. I've picked the Dolphins many times throughout the process of this whole fun podcast. But, with that being said, no one's been able to contain Kyler Murray. So I'm going Cardinals.
All right. And Ben, you're going to wrap up this round of picks.
Tua, more like want to win after 2 weeks because I'm picking the Cardinals to win this one.
Okay. All right. Clean and simple. Let's go ahead and jump on into the next matchup. Ben, you'll be talking about this one. It is the last undefeated team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 7-0, going up to Dallas to take on the 2-6 Cowboys. Break it down for us, Ben.
Okay. This game is basically David and Goliath, except David doesn't have his stone and sling or hands, and he's tied down getting waterboarded, and he's going to die because the Steelers are absolutely going to destroy these Cowboys. The Cowboys don't even have a quarterback right now because they're not putting Danucci back in, which last week we were calling this fool Danucci. Like, we all were screwed last week. It's Steelers. Steelers are winning. There's nothing else to say, bro. What the hell? Cowboys, what the hell? Steelers.
Oh, my fuck. That was hilarious.
Okay, so for the YouTube audience, I have speaker view for the breakdown, but as soon as I saw Chris breaking down and I was breaking down, I was like, all right, I got to show everybody's reaction.
I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious.
That was great. And I still believe it's pronounced Danuki, so that whole Daduki is still going to be relevant.
Naduki, okay.
Okay, so Ben, you made your prediction of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chris?
Okay, so this was Danuki last week. It was a deer in the headlights. I looked at that guy playing against the Eagles, and he was just lost. He was just looking out into space like, man, what am I doing here? That's exactly how he's going to look against the Steelers. I mean, Danuki, more like Daduki.
Yeah.
What the hell?
All right, Tanner.
So look, coming up for this game right here, it's Steelers, bro. It's easy. It's said and done. I don't need to go any more into it.
Okay, fair enough. I might be the only one picking these guys then. The Pittsburgh Steelers have never been 8-0. And I don't know if they do that this Sunday. Haha, just kidding. Oh, wait, no, that's the Cowboys. Whoops. I meant to put the Steelers.
I was about to say,
like,
ain't
where's
think-
this going?
it ain't Thanksgiving yet, bro. They can't win till Thanksgiving.
No, I haven't made my stupidest pick yet, so I'm picking the Steelers. DJ.
Yeah, I'm just making it nice, short and sweet. I'm going Steelers, and dude, I don't even have a Steeler. Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. Boom, baby. Oh wait, boom, baby. What's that?
Okay, so
Nice.
we're all taking Steelers, unfortunately, but hey, that's what you get whenever you are just bad at football. But now let's talk about two teams who are not bad at football, shall we? It is the Sunday night matchup. It's the 5-2 New Orleans Saints heading down to Tampa Bay to take on the 6-2 Buccaneers. This matchup is possibly going to decide the NFC South. This matchup, you are pitting Drew Brees against Tom Brady. Tom Brady is known as the GOAT, but there's plenty of other fans who think that Drew Brees is the GOAT. This matchup might decide who is the real GOAT. Let's talk about their last couple of games. The Saints are on a 4-game winning streak after starting the season 1-2, losing to the Raiders and Packers. The Buccaneers are 6-2. They're looking okay, but they narrowly beat the New York Giants. They lost to the Bears, not the Browns. They lost to the Bears, and they also lost to the Saints in Week 1. The Saints narrowly beat the Bears. They did not play the Giants, but they did lose to the Raiders and Green Bay Packers. Obviously, the biggest factor of this game is Tampa Bay is now getting Antonio Brown. And that's just another weapon for Brady on a already stacked offense. Michael Thomas isn't even guaranteed to come back for the New Orleans Saints. Emmanuel Sanders should be coming back from the COVID list, so at least there's him as an option. Now, I'm only going to do this because I feel like I know what everybody else is going to pick, and I just want to be the one guy who says I'm going to stick by my team. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints. I really don't think that they will really win. I think it might actually be a close matchup, but we're better than the Giants, right? Like we could have got the 2-point conversion at the end of that game against the Buccaneers. We beat the Bears. Anything can happen, and who knows? Okay, so DJ, go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. Let me have it.
I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. Going into the season, I would take the Saints over every team that has proven themselves, worthy of Super Bowl contender, being Super Bowl contenders. However, I will say that sometimes in the NFL, that teams just play as low as their competition, and I think that's what we saw, in Tampa Bay. And as much as I like the Saints and respect their team, with everything going on and having troubles with Michael Thomas, it's still hard to go fully behind the Saints. And as much as I support my boy with the Saints, I'm gonna go the Bucs on this one because they got it going, man. They really do. And I think a big divisional game like this, it's not going to be, they're not going to play low to the standards of the Giants.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Ben?
Is Tom Brady the GOAT? Is Drew Brees the GOAT? What's all this GOAT talk? I've never seen either of these quarterbacks grazing grass enough. Wait. No, yeah, Tom Brady has. I'm going Buccaneers.
All right. Chris?
I'm sorry, Nick, but I'm gonna go Buccaneers too, but only because you might have a shot of being at first place with this.
Hey, yeah, who knows?
Oh, and so does Tanner too. So
Yeah,
unless
Tanner
we
has
pick
a couple of
the
weird
Saints.
picks.
I've already seen the future, bro. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take first place next week. But let me tell you something. I would pick the Saints if something unfortunate happened to Antonio Brown, the week right before the game started. But because, well, I don't know that. Anything could happen, but I think it's very unlikely. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers because now you just gave, like you said, a weapon. You just gave Tom Brady a sniper scope. Now it's game over.
Hey, but we'll have to see because he's coming into the system and everything, and they should not try to force him the ball. I know we don't have the greatest of pass defenses, but all eyes are going to be on Antonio Brown, which might
Yeah,
open
I
up
mean,
the
hey
field
man,
for
it's like
everybody
it's like
else.
my Madden. You know what I mean? You just throw them together and they should work. Am I right?
Can I say something real quick? I just want to be able to use this platform, that you have created for all of us, Nick, to have fun and talk about football and stuff like that. I just want to use this platform to make this one point. I am not a fan of Antonio Brown because of the despicable things that he did messing with the hearts of the Raiders for
Patriots. Oh,
for last weekend or last season. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. So
Yeah,
hey,
big time.
you got a second chance at playing football again. But you know what? I hope he doesn't get that many snaps at it. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I hope he doesn't get that many snaps.
And so does America. All right, but we're going to go ahead and move on to our final matchup. It's the Monday night game. It's the 2-5 New England Patriots heading on over to New York to take on the 0-8 Jets. Tanner, go ahead and break this down for us.
There's not super much to break down. I got to keep it under an hour for the people listening at home that are listening. Thank you very much for listening to my irrelevant opinions and these guys' very relevant opinions. But if you're still here, I really appreciate you guys watching. But anyways, what can you say, bro? You got 2-5. I mean, I would say the best team, but they're definitely not the best team being realistic. They have the same record as the Vikings right now. So, on that. But all I'm going to say for this week is that, hey, at least it's not 0-8, bro, or 1-7. But look, all I'm going to say is that Cam Newton, I know what he did this week. What he did is he said, I'm going to hit up 24-hour fitness. I'm going to get the dumbbells. I'm going to start curling real, real hard because he's going to hold that football a little tighter this week when he runs in and scores a touchdown. So I'm going to give it up to the Patriots.
Okay. It's shocking that you're picking the Patriots against the New York Football Jets or the New York Jets Football Club or whatever. Yeah, Patriots by like 50. DJ?
Yeah, Patriots all day, man. Jets suck. Not gonna get better, and I'm glad that Patriots get to finally get a win.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
Trevor Lawrence better run. Ben?
if I was in first place, I'd be comfortable picking the Jets to win this one because look, both teams are playing like garbage, and this seems like the kind of game that the Jets get their one win of the season, and the Patriots look ridiculous. But I'm in last place, and I can't afford to make a stupid ass prediction like that right now. So I'm going Patriots. But this could easily be the Jets. Patriots, though.
Okay. Chris?
Well, you see now, this is my pick. If
You
I was drunk,
stupid
and
ass.
I'm not drunk. Okay, I'm going with the Patriots.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for podcast listeners, he just
Out
threw
there.
up a New York Jets sign.
Yeah, I have all my notes here. Enter Jets getting kicked in nuts joke here.
What's up,
So-
Jets fans?
What's up, Jets fans? Do your nuts hurt?
Your balls.
Oh yeah, how are your balls feeling? Because they're about to get hurt even more.
They're no longer blue balls. They're officially green.
No, they're
gangrene.
non-existent.
Damn,
They're
they're
just
Jets green.
they're retracted back into themselves.
Nick, make
Oh.
sure you get a separate PO box for Chris, bro. 'Cause Chris gonna get a lot of hate mail.
Hey, we'll
This
see.
man's
We'll see.
balls are swollen with a bluish hue to him, man. I'm telling you.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that is going to wrap up all of our picks. And like I say every week, I'm very grateful for you guys joining me. Love having all of you here. Does anybody have any closing remarks?
Go Raiders,
No.
baby.
Get the ice packs, Jets fans.
Okay. All
Number
right.
1, I'm climbing the ladder. Watch.
All right.
And I'm gonna
16-0 week.
and I'm a hold Ben.
14-0.
I'm a hold Ben's hand, bro. He's gonna get second place real soon. Watch. Give it 3 weeks. Ben's
I
gonna
mean,
be
can
in
we
My
say
man.
something real quick? I mean, if your mom, Nick, was on this podcast, she'd be scorching us.
Oh yeah,
on the pick.
she'd be in first place without a doubt. I'd be like, oh damn, like fuck.
Yeah, she'd be
For
6
all
games
of
ahead, I
our viewers
believe.
and listeners out there, we are getting beat by Nick's mom on the picks, who also does the picks. You know,
My dad does the
so-
picks, and he's only 1 game better than Ben.
Awesome.
But with that shade being thrown, let's go ahead and wrap it up, shall we? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final score. Thank you, and good night.